Hi there, I'm the Reverend Danny Crosby, a Unitarian minister serving congregations in Altrincham and in Urmston in the northwest of England. And I offer this devotion as a balm for the heart, for the mind, for the spirit and for the soul. And it's titled, It Started with a Dream, and dreams can come true. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Oh, dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 dream. And so I came to this dream-like place, but I couldn't remember why. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. Dream a little dream of me. You know, we spend a third of our lives in a parallel universe, the nocturnal universe of sleep and of dreams. And we experience so much in this state, but remember very, very little. If you're like me, you'll remember virtually nothing. I'm very, very rarely aware of even dreaming at all. But most normal folk have at least half remembered experiences that interact with their waking selves. I'm sure you do, but not me, alas. Most of what's happening is I'm not consciously aware of. I'm sure it's happening. I'm sure my inner being is interacting. I just don't know so. And our dreams are fragmented reflections of our conscious lives, really. They interact, weave and pattern, and our conscious and unconscious selves are working with one another. We're outside of our rational awareness. We're not aware. There's so much going on inside us, within us, beyond our rational states, and yet we think we're rational beings, that we're in control of our lives. Well, there's so much going on we're not even aware of. And the great thing about dreams is, the amazing thing, if you look at human history, is that lives have been transformed as they've wakened from these dream-like states. Throughout great figures throughout history and ordinary people throughout history have woken from a dream, and things have changed as a result. The dream has led to change. It's also in literature and in the great religious stories, the mythos of religion too, full of dreams, that people wake from dreams to a new reality and then change reality. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. This comes from Act 4 of the Tempest by William Shakespeare. It's a line spoken by Prospero describing what he sees as the illusory nature of life. And he compares the magical illusions he creates, melted into air, into thin air. He compares them to the transient nature of life as he sees it, that life is just a dream, but life is but a dream as he sees it. He creates spirits to entertain Miranda and Ferdinand before the wedding, and then makes them vanish just as quickly. That life is not reality. Life is but a dream, just like his illusions. That's the story Prospero gives. Here's the verse. You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, ye all which it inherit shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk, to still my beating mind. Now this was the theme for the recent Ministry in the Making that I participated in, like the workshop and other activities. And in one of the other workshops, the students and new ministers were encouraged to explore their dreams of ministry, to dream of what their ministry could be, to explore their wildest potential dreams if nothing would get in the way. After doing so then, they were then asked to explore what might limit those dreams. And they were also encouraged to be careful that their dreams did not tread on the dreams, the precious dreams of others. Because we always live in community. We always live with others. And others may dream different dreams to us. Their dreams may not be the same as ours. Dream a little dream of me. Now we live in an awakened state. But still we dream, and everything wonderful and beautiful and worthwhile begins as a dream. And I think the key to life is to bring those dreams to reality, to manifest our dreams here in the real world, to return home transformed by our dreams with treasure to share in reality. I felt like this had happened to me after a few days with those wonderful and inspiring people. I had some ideas of my own that I hope one day to bring to reality. As I was driving home, I thought of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz and her dream of, at the beginning, of somewhere over the rainbow, the place that she visited that changed her. But the place also brought her back home to reality, with treasure to share from her dream. But this is the beginning before she enters the dream. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Why can't you? Dream a little dream of me. Dorothy, of course, dreamed of that place somewhere over the rainbow, a place far away from dull, grey, flat Kansas. Boring Kansas, as in more bromide Kansas, wasn't it? And then she was caught up in the tornado. She was carried there, went on an adventure and returned back to Kansas, back to reality, back to life, back to reality. She was transformed by the journey and discovered all she needed was already there within her, the treasure deep within. She just needed to shine it bright for the world to see. You are the light of the world. She realised she had the brains, the heart and the courage she needed. She just needed to bring it alive, to manifest it in her life, to create a heaven on earth. And I've come to believe that heaven on earth begins within us. It's in us all. Perhaps in our dreams. Maybe that's where that comes to life. that heaven on earth begins within us in our dreams, but it's up to us to realise those dreams, to manifest those dreams, to bring those dreams to life. For as Jesus taught on the Sermon on the Mount, you are the light of the world. All you need is already there within you. All you have to do is bring it to life, let it shine for all to see, and make your dreams come true. But not just for yourself, for all. By shining your light, you encourage others to do the same, to bring their dreams to life. Dream a little dream of me. We bring heaven alive through our loving living, or we create hell by fearing one another, by fearing life, by turning away from life. We can dream our lives and live that dream, or we can make our nightmares a reality. It's up to us. Now this brings to mind an extract from the wonderful book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's a story that at its essence encourages the reader to follow their dreams, to trust in the journey, to embrace the challenges and the opportunities that come their way, to live their dream, to make it a reality. And here's a little extract. The boy continued to listen to his heart as they crossed the desert. He came to understand its dodges and tricks and to accept it as it was. He lost his fear and forgot about his need to go back to the oasis because one afternoon his heart told him that it was happy. Even though I complain sometimes, it said, it's because I'm the heart of a person and people's hearts are that way. People are afraid to pursue their most important dreams because they feel they don't deserve them or that they'll be unable to achieve them. When their hearts become fearful just thinking of loved ones who go away forever, or of the moments that could have been good but weren't, or of treasures that might have been found but were forever hidden in the sands, because when these things happen, we suffer terribly. My heart is afraid that it will have to suffer, the boy told the alchemist one night as they looked up at the moonless sky. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity. Every second of the search is an encounter with God, the boy told his heart. When I have been truly searching for my treasures, every day has been luminous, because I've known that every hour was part of the dream that I would find it. When I have been truly searching for my treasure, I've discovered things along the way that I never would have seen had I not had the courage to try things that seemed impossible for a shepherd to achieve. Lovely, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Lovely, isn't it? We all dream, even if we aren't aware of doing so. Some of us have very rich, dream-filled lives. Others, not so much. And I'm one of the not so much types, or at least in my conscious awareness. I'm sure it's all going on without me even knowing so. And dogs dream, you know. I was watching Molly as she dreamed the other day, dreaming, who knows, of the lovely day she'd had, of the joy and the excitement of her birthday. She was 2 last Tuesday. What a dream she is. And I dreamed of a little dog, and I certainly got one. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. Now, during my week away, I had many conversations, one of which actually may lead to a dream of mine coming to fruition, as I and others might work on bringing something to life, an idea, manifesting something, a project, if you like, maybe even a book, who knows, but also something practical. During the conversation, we talked about some foundational Unitarian theology, interestingly. We talked about the rejection of substitutional atonement and the rejection of the concept actually of original sin. If I have a dream, it's that all of us one day are finally able to accept that at the core of our being that we are not fundamentally wrong. That we are not fundamentally flawed in our being. That we can just reject the idea that there is something fundamentally wrong with us in our heart and our soul, something rotten in our timbers. I dream one day that we accept that we're okay actually, that we're okay in our nature, in the core of our being. Now that's not to deny that we do, and of course we do terrible things. Human beings are capable of wonderful things and terrible things. But it's the rejection of the idea that at the core of our being that we are fundamentally wrong and that we can only be saved from our wrongness by an act of grace, that we play no role in it. So many forces have preyed and continue to prey on this sense of wrongness in us, whether that be some of the religions, or maybe it's modern day advertising or the beauty industry that preys on this sense of wrongness, that we can be transformed by some act, that we can buy perfection, completeness, that it can be given to us, that we need to fix something that is essentially wrong with us. How many prey on this? There's a lot of money to be made. If I believe anything, the foundation of my personal faith is that at our core, at our starting point, at our birth, that I reject the idea that there's something wrong with us. I believe that there is nothing fundamentally wrong with us. I believe in original blessing, which comes before the fall. In the beginning. And God saw that his creation, and he saw that it was good. That it was good. And he rested and enjoyed it. And maybe our dreams, maybe we can create something good. But we have to believe that we can. But if we believe that there is something fundamentally wrong with us at the core of our being, how can we create something good? How can we? So I want to begin there. Because we have to believe that to create something good, something wholesome, something lovely, something beautiful. And I see it all the time. But I have to believe in that dream, and I have to begin to bring that dream to reality. And I have to let that light shine and encourage you to do the same. For, to quote the man from Nazareth in that foundational sermon, you are the light of the world. You. We all suffer. We all hurt. We have all been hurt. We have all hurt. No doubt we've all felt wrong at some point in our lives. And it's very important to recognise that we've all felt this, that it's a part of our humanity. It's vital to recognise and acknowledge that in order to grow beyond it. If we first recognise and acknowledge it, we can begin to grow beyond it. But first, you can't deny that reality. We can rise from this and we can play a part in this. It's not just an accident, if you like, something that just happens, an unearned grace, an act that just happens, that we play no part in. I can't accept that. And this brings me back to dreams, and how dreams can lead to change that can bring about transformation. And it brings me back to literature, actually. My favourite, perhaps, the wonderful example of Mr. Scrooge, of course, who in his dreamlike state is visited by the ghosts of the past, the present, and the ghost yet to be. And through these dreams is transformed and turns his life around. He sees he didn't begin as he ended up. He is liberated from his chains of guilt and brings his dreams to fruition. He becomes the light of the world. It's so vital to see this as Jesus did in that foundational sermon in Matthew's Gospel, where he lays out the vision of his ministry on the Sermon on the Mount, that we are the light of the world, and if we follow this example, we can bring that light alive. We can let it shine bright. Don't hide it. Don't hide that lamp. We have to dream the dream, and we have to believe that the dream is possible, for it's up to us to do it. This world that we live in isn't just going to be saved by some act. Just look to the sky for some act to save us all. For we create our world, we create heaven, or we create hell here on earth. We have to let that light shine bright, that divine light, that gift from God that we're given in the moment of birth. Let it shine bright for all to see. And maybe it all begins in a dream, but it doesn't end in a dream. We must turn those dreams into reality. We must make something of our dreams. We must encourage others to do the same with their dreams. We must become a light to them. And we must be careful not to tread on each other's dreams. Walk gently, side by side, encouraging one another. Be gentle with your dreams and the dreams of others, for they are precious things. Dream, 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 dream. 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 Dream, dream, dream. And maybe, just maybe, one day our dreams might just become true. Dream a little dream of me. I'm going to end with some final words of blessing. You know, we need to bless more, but we've got to see ourselves as a blessing in order to do so. We can all bless. Believe it. You can be a blessing. Dream. Make that dream reality. We bless. We bless when we give ourselves wholeheartedly to life. And we shine bright. So the blessing of love be upon us all. May it direct us and sustain us as we dream a life and live out our dreams. Dream a little dream of me. And may the blessings of God go with us all, and may it do so in all that we feel, in all that we think, in all that we say, in all that we do, in all that we do. Because dreams, you know, our dreams can become true. I promise you. Dream a little dream of me.